All right, guys, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. My name is Polzin with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be breaking down this Halloween NBA DFS slate. And as you guys can see, I got the lights going for Halloween. Okay, it's a little Halloween theme for you guys. Hopefully you guys have fun tonight or had fun this weekend. I'm excited for this slate. It is one in which there are a few standout plays I will touch on three FanDuel plays that I like as well, price point wise. So for your FanDuel people, got you covered in this video. Do just want to call out the 9 to 5 NBA DFS lineup optimizer for DraftKings is available for you guys. It is $10 a month. Okay. The NBA DFS cheat sheet is available as well, including that for $10 a month. What else is included in that is the 9 to 5 golf package, which is basically what the membership started out as, which is a huge database for golf that has been very accurate this fall swing. As well as that, we got the NFL DFS cheat sheet that has the ownership leverage tool, which has been great. The NFL DraftKings lineup optimizer as well. So a bunch of tools available for you guys for $10 a month. All right, so starting off with the FanDuel plays that I like, just to show you guys here. Obviously, I'm using DraftKings, but they still hold up. So Reggie Jackson on FanDuel is a play that you can certainly make, and it's a play that I like. He's priced at 4.8 on FanDuel, which we can see a little bit of a price decrease compared to DraftKings. With Kawhi Leonard ruled out and possibly with John Wall out, I would expect Reggie Jackson to not only get those minutes that have been there, but to soak up more usage as well. And then at that price point on FanDuel, wouldn't be shocking to see him be able to get to 25 FanDuel points, possibly even 30 FanDuel points. He's a player on FanDuel. Given that price point, you can certainly look at. Keegan Murray as well on FanDuel, $500 cheaper there. He's been a highly consistent player since he's kind of been active. He's kind of injured at the start of the season, but now, been highly consistent. Getting the minutes, it's a game that you want to be targeting. You should be able to get to 26 FanDuel points there with the upside to go for 35 FanDuel points. A player that I'm certainly looking at there. Another player that I absolutely love on FanDuel is going to be Sabonis. Now, his role has been kind of strange because the minutes have been kind of strange. He has been a point per minute player. The matchup is spectacular. It's a matchup that you want to be targeting. Actually, it is the highest point per minute matchup on the slate. So the Charlotte Hornets are giving up the most DK points per minute to centers. We're already getting a guy that averages a bunch of points per minute. Like, that should be a great play. And at 7.7 on FanDuel, he is someone I'm certainly looking at on that slate. Now let's switch it over and we'll get into the top DraftKings plays. So number 5 for me is going to be Melton for the 76ers. Now, the problem with him as a play is that we know that we're probably not going to get a lot of minutes unless there's an injury or unless the game blows out. Those are the constraints against him as a play. But we can see over the last few games, 17 minutes, 22 minutes, 31 minutes, 22 minutes, he has been able to get over 20 DK points in all those games, 21, 30, 38, and 24 DK points. He has been someone that has been hot as of recent. He's a player that I certainly like at this price point, and the matchup with Washington is a game in which one can blow out, but it's also a nice matchup in which you do want to be targeting. So if he is going to be getting those minutes, I do think he could be a player that is in a profitable lineup for you. I see him as a safe play right now. But I also see him as someone you could pivot off of if there is value that opens up later on this slate. I like the fact that we can play him in shooting guard or point guard spot as well. My number 4 core play is going to be Miles Turner, and I'm making him the number 4 core play because I feel like he's an obvious play, honestly, on this slate. Given the matchup with Brooklyn, that's not exactly a matchup that you're too particularly worried about. And the only thing you're worried about for him as a play is whether he is going to get all those minutes. 24 minutes in the first game, but that was mostly because the game was a blowout. And then in the last game that he played in 32 minutes and was able to score 54 DK points, he's still getting over a DK point per minute. And if he gets around 25 to 30 minutes at this price point, at 5.5, he should absolutely be able to go off. He's a player that I like a ton. But once again, he's going to be pretty high owned. And one of the players I'll show you guys here right now, I think is a great pivot off of him. Okay, it's not Sengun, but I will say, a decent price point play as well. Kind of the same as this one. BROOK LOPEZ, guys. BROOK LOPEZ has looked very good thus far this season. Looks to be over that injury that kind of hindered his production from the previous season. Okay, he is someone that's getting around 30 minutes per game. And really, the only issue that we have to worry about BROOK LOPEZ is if this game blows out. Now, he does get a great matchup with Detroit, a matchup in which, if he gets a double-double, really wouldn't be too shocking at all. Now, obviously, Giannis is kind of soaking up a lot of that usage. A lot of the times, Brooke is just boxing out so Giannis can get a rebound. Okay, we know that. But look at the consistency here, guys. At 5.1, if he just hits his floor, we're happy with that. Okay, and maybe we get the upside for a 40 DK point night. Okay, maybe we get the upside for a 36 DK point night. The last two games were similar kind of ish matchups. So Brook Lopez at 5.1, I think one is just a great play in general, but two is a great pivot off of a chalky Miles Turner. All right, number two, guys, I bet you already know who it is. I'll give you guys 2 seconds. Lauri Markkanen, guys, and I should just call this YouTube channel the Lauri Markkanen Mix or something like that, because every slate he is underpriced, and every slate he continues to produce for us, except for that one against Houston where just kind of a weird game. Still underpriced. I cannot not play him given how well he's been able to produce. Okay, given the shot attempts that have been there, given the usage that has been there, given the consistency that has been there, guys, if he even gets his second worst game, not the 22 DK points, that'll hurt. If he just gets 32 DK points at this price point, it's not going to hurt you. We just saw him go for 45 DK points in this matchup in the last game. Like, he should be a great play. He was 1 rebound off of a double-double as well. Like, at 7.1, he is just too cheap for a guy that should have a safe floor, but has the upside to go for 45 DK points like we have seen a decent amount thus far this season. Lauri Markkanen is a play that I absolutely like a lot. You guys already know that. We're going to change this channel to the Lauri Markkanen mix. It's just going to happen. I'm kidding about that, but I think he's been in every single video thus far this season, so it is what it is. And then my top play on the slate is going to be De'Aaron Fox. Okay, I love him as a play, guys. He gets a matchup with Charlotte, a matchup with Dennis Smith Jr. Okay, and that's the big thing. Terry Rozier is currently questionable. I do expect him to sit. If he does play, maybe that hurts this play slightly. Maybe. I am liking him a lot more because he does get the matchup with Dennis Smith Jr., a defensive matchup that you do want to be targeting, okay? Just looking at De'Aaron Fox's raw production, factoring in the matchup, it's 51 DK points, okay? And the way I go about doing the projection is I look at the defensive matchup, I look at his average over the last 4 games, and then I look at kind of just his raw projection based off of his raw expected DK point per minute total for that game as well, okay? It's some stuff that goes into it. He's a player that has been highly consistent, as we've seen. His worst productive game was 41 DK points against Memphis. He's been getting a ton of minutes. Great matchup. Great price point, relatively speaking. Like, should have a safe floor here. I think he has a chance to go for 50 DK points, like the projections say. And I just think, given this matchup, he's a player that I'm going out of my way to play. And he doesn't seem to be too high owned just yet. So that's something I like as well. So, guys, obviously, I hate touching on this, but like, yes, obviously Giannis is the top play on the slate. Can easily go for 60 DK points, probably locking in 50 DK points against Detroit. Like, if you can afford to fit him into your build, certainly do that. Okay, I hate having to touch on that, but I do feel like I just always need to mention it in passing. On the Occupy NBA DFS video that I did, guys, make sure to check that out. It's more of a deep dive. Aaron Naismith was a guy that was popping up because the minutes could be there for him. He's currently questionable, but if we're trying to find a way to fit Giannis into our builds, he might be someone that you're looking at, just given the price point. If he does get those minutes, 20 or so minutes, and he gets you around 17 DK points, that's not going to hurt you too much. That, once again, this is only if you're trying to fit Giannis into your build. And then we would have to find a guard value. Nothing that I'm loving just yet. If I could fit Javon Carter in there, maybe. Could go for 20, maybe. Not someone I'm particularly loving. George Hill's been a little bit more consistent as of recent. So right now I'm struggling to fit Giannis in there, so let's just go a different route. I do like Jalen McDaniels as like a GPP play. We've seen him go for 30 DK points 2 out of the last 3 games, and we see him be over 20 DK points pretty much every game thus far this season. Yes, 18 and 19 DK points, relatively speaking, right around there. So 4.6, yes, he does need to get to like 25 DK points or so, but we're just hoping for that. From there, I do obviously really like Tyrese Halliburton, guys. Been a safe 40 DK point play pretty much this whole season, so someone you could look at. Desmond Bane and Tyus Jones. If John Morant is out, you just have to put those two into your builds, so we'll see on that. I'm going to go Kevin Porter Jr., just a safe play. I like him a lot safety-wise, so we'll put him in there. Well, that sucks. There's no good forwards here now to close out this build. Oh, I don't like that. Let's see if we can go up from McDaniels. I mean, you could go Portis. He was close to a double-double in the last game, been more consistent as of recent. Minutes need to be there, but he could go for 40 DK points for now. Sure, we'll put him in there. And still at that kind of weird price point range. Let's go Gordon Hayward for now. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Gordon Hayward, fine play. Should be a fine floor play. And then Bobby Buckets. All right. There it is. All right, that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. If you want to become a member at 9 to 5 Sports, it is $10 a month. Gets you access to that premium golf package. Guys, the golf database has been killing it. The 9 to 5 model has been killing it thus far. The last 2 winners for the DP Tour and the PGA Tour, if you look at their combined 9 to 5 rank, it's 2nd. Okay, it's doing extremely well. It's been a great fall golf season. Okay, so that's included in the NBA DFS coverage that we have for you, the 9 to 5 NBA cheat sheet, the 9 to 5 NBA DFS lineup optimizer for DraftKings, as well as the DraftKings lineup optimizer for NFL, and the NFL DFS cheat sheet as well. So NBA, NFL, and PGA for you guys for $10 a month. Check it out. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching as always. Let's keep cashing.